Whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm Master Sergeant Lieutenant from Appalachian State University. Today we're going over how to pack your rucksack. We've got our J.R.O.T.C coming up, and this is our J.R.O.T.C packing list. Everything on here is going to go inside this rucksack. First things first, put my e-tool in. I'm going to stand up my rucksack. Inside my rucksack, what I've done is I've unzipped this bottom sleeping bag compartment to make my rucksack just one big space that I can keep everything in. Then I'm going to take my waterproof bag. Notice my waterproof bag is inside out. This is actually the water repellent side, so I want that facing out. That way any water that hits it, it's going to shed or run off of that versus getting more absorbed on the green side. Stuff that in. Next, I'm going to take my sleeping bag. With this is both my summer and winter bag, and it's also got my sleeping mat inside there in between my bivy cover and my sleeping bags. In a separate video, we're going to show you how to set that up. But again, everything is contained inside this stuff sack. Once that's in there, I'm going to start with some items that that are going to be like the items I'm not going to necessarily need right away, i.e. my spare set of OCPs, my spare boots, a pair of socks, and then a t-shirt. I'm going to take all that and I'm going to stuff it inside this dry bag. If you don't have a dry bag, you can use a plastic bag, trash bag, something to keep this kind of separate and contained. Next, I'm going to take my waffle top and bottom, and I'm going to stuff this down in there on that same side. Then on the opposite side, I'm going to take my camelback. And with my camelback, I'm going to place this in between my waterproof bag and my rucksack. That way, if I have a leak or it gets damaged and bust, it's not leaking inside of my waterproof bag, leaking all over my sleeping bag and my extra clothes. Next, I'm going to take all my planning gear. This has got my outboard shell, my Ranger handbook, some spare headlamp batteries, train model kit, extra protractor, extra pens, extra pencils. And I'm going to put that inside this compartment underneath my rucksack flap. Now that that's done, it's time to pack the 2 sustainment pouches. On this side, this is going to have my wet weather gear. I've got my poncho, I've got some 550 cord already attached to the grommets, and I've got some stakes that are already rolled up inside this poncho. That way it's like a pre-made system. If I'm gonna set up a poncho hooch or a tarp, this has got everything I need inside of it, and it's ready to go. Place that down at the bottom. Next, I've got my wet weather pants and my wet weather top. On this pouch, I'm going to put 1 field stripped MRE. We're going to show you how to field strip an MRE in a follow-on video. The next sustainment pouch, I'm going to take my hygiene kit, put down at the bottom. Next, I've got a bag, plastic bag, except my silk, top and bottom. That's going to go down in there. And the last thing, I've got another plastic bag. It's got a spare t-shirt, my wool gloves, my beanie, and then 2 pairs of socks. And again, all this is going inside a plastic bag just to keep everything separated and keep everything dry. Once that's done, it's time to the last thing that's going to go inside my rucksack is my whoopee. And with this, I'm going to stuff this down inside my waterproof bag, and I'm going to try to take some of this dead space and really use this whoopee to kind of fill this dead space, and also try to make the rucksack a little more even. That way everything's balanced and it rides a little bit better. Now, you make sure all the air is out of my waterproof bag, and I can twist it. And then with these ties, I'm just going opposite direction. So I'll take these ties, go a couple clockwise, a couple counterclockwise, and then I just tie basically a bow tie, as if you're tying your shoes. That's done. Now I'm going to cinch down my rucksack. Get that nice and tight. Tuck in my excess string inside the rucksack. Close my top flap. Make sure the center's nice and cinched down. And then start with the straps. Once both straps are buckled, then I can pull tension and take some of the slack out of each strap. As I do that, I can sit on this, or I can just put pressure one side at a time, and then start to move down, get that nice and tight. Likewise, with the side straps, I can cinch this up. And this is taking slack out. I'm just going to make it ride better as I'm carrying the rucksack. Any excess straps that I have, I can tuck underneath. That way they're not dangling. You get caught on something. And here you have it. Your rucksack is now packed.